Welcome to the Details of Life with Marcus Wilson. I am your host, Marcus Wilson, and ladies and gentlemen, I am excited about this 5-part AAU series that we're bringing you. I mean, what else could you ask for? This upcoming weekend was supposed to be the live period for AAU basketball. So all these teams were supposed to be out competing against each other, gyms full of coaches, high-level basketball, but we know the coronavirus has put a wrench in all of that. But you know what? I got you right here. You know, I know some people, this has to be better than watching some NBA players getting blown out on TV. I said that last episode. I mean, I thought that was going to be a decent idea. That stuff sucks. This right here, this is nothing but knowledge and game for you from some of the best, 5 of the best programs in the country, representing all the circuits. I mean, my basketball bucket is not full because I'm not watching live basketball, but if you can't watch live basketball, might as well learn from some of the best. And yesterday, we got a chance to talk to Tim Holloway and Corey Frazier representing Brad Beal Elite. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're not slowing down at all. We're going down to the big state of Texas, talking to my man, Von Thomas, representing Southern Assault, formerly known as YGC 36, Marcus Smart's team. They were the Adidas champions last year. They've only added some pieces. They're looking to try to repeat. You know how hard it is to repeat in anything, and they think they have a good chance. And judging by their roster and what they did last year and the pieces they added, I can't dispute that. So me and Von go back a long way. I remember when the Final Four was in Dallas, and I was down there, which I didn't really like that Final Four too much. Anybody that's down there, you know, it was too spread out. You know, when you got it in Atlanta, Minneapolis, Indianapolis, even San Antonio, everything is pretty much, you know, in a condensed area. Man, we was all across Dallas. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm kicking it with Von then, and like I said, shout out to my former teammate Craig Snow, who's now coach of New Mexico. Who introduced me to Von, and we've maintained a relationship over the years. So, you know, appreciate this brother, good brother, doing big things. This is probably the newest AAU team out of the 5 that I've had a chance to talk to. But like I said, they won the championship last year, so they are already with one of the elites. So without further ado, let's check in with my man, Von Thomas, representing Southern Assault. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Like I just prefaced, we have one of the best AAU teams in the country, definitely one of the best in the South. Vonzel Thomas, the co-director of Southern Assault, formerly known as YGC 36. How you doing, Von?
I'm pretty good, and you?
Good, man. Good to catch up with you, brother. Like, you one of the dudes I've been knowing for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like catching up with my partners, man. But I want to give people the start of it. So how did the organization start? And how did you get your sponsorship deal, and when did it all begin?
Well, for me, you know, obviously everybody have a story. Started when I was 16 years old, man. Actually going down the wrong path. Had one of my former coaches save my life and basically changed my life, man. And just being a role model to these kids and someone that's impacting their life was very contagious. And it just kept growing from there. And obviously, as far as the sponsorship, when Marcus Smart became an NBA player, he was an Adidas athlete, and I was his coach with Texas Assault. And he wanted to start his own organization. So we started the program, and we was at the bottom. And 5 years later, we ended up, you know, doing what we did. And this year, you know, Marcus signing with Puma. Puma don't have a circuit, so we had to change names, and Jazzy Hartwell and I came together and merged to start a powerhouse in the South region.
Okay, man. Yeah, so for people that don't know, Marcus Smart, you know, you guys know how good he is, and he coached him when Von just said, we did what we did. They won 16 and 17U Adidas Gauntlet last year. So, man, went from, like you said, from very small to one of the best teams in the country really quickly. So,
Yeah.
man, I wanted to, get your opinion because I know some people view AAU as, they don't know much about it. So they might hear the bad things about it. They hear about a scandal here and there. They say, as adults taking advantage of kids. But a lot of people see it as an opportunity for kids to get to college, get their college paid for, give them opportunity to grow and learn their game. So how do you see summer basketball, and why did you get in it in the first place?
Well, what made me get into it, obviously, like I just stated, I grew into it, like, from a kid. And I seen and felt how it impacted kids' lives, because I was one of them. And I feel, there's good and bad in every sport. And, yes, some people take advantage of, the game played off the court.
Yeah.
But kids get to, they get to play against the best of the best. And it don't have to just be on a shoe circuit. It can be independent. I was independent for a long time. And so I know that side also. But you get to play against the best of the best and learn and see, if you have the ability to play at that next level or not. It's a great way to see where you at in the game of basketball.
That's true, man. So how do you balance, and do you see, is it important for you to have a good relationship with the high school coaches or players on your team?
Oh, yeah, it's very important. As long as the high school coach and select coach know that if they had the same point, the same goals, that it's about the kid, everybody both play an important role. So I have very good relationships with a lot of my players, high school coaches. And like I said, I have one, in particular, Coach Sledge. Him and I have been working together for a while, and we help each other out. And, it led to a kid getting signed to Kansas, that was under the radar. This is going to be a really good player. And high school coaches does things that select coaches can't do. They can't send the transcripts. We can't send the transcripts and stuff like that. High school coaches can get the transcripts. They can get the full game film to coaches. They can do all that stuff behind the scenes. But so it's very important that everybody work together when you have the same goal.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear, man. And so, like I said, I know this program is fairly young. So, there's other programs that's been around a lot longer, but like I said, you've already made an impact. So in the little time that you guys have been rolling, let the people know some of the things that you've accomplished, whether it's been national championships or players that you got in the NBA or, coaches that have moved on. So what are some of the accolades that your program has garnered over the years?
Well, I've been in the game now 25 years. So in 17 years of having graduation classes, we have 186 alumni, and we have generated well over 42 million in scholarship money. Wow. So that goes far, as far as, program resume. And, we've had the McDonald All-Americans. We have 4 players in the NBA. As far as pro-wise, have 107 players that have played overseas, et cetera. So, wow. It's a good thing. And, in the past 10 years, a lot of people don't keep record of this, but obviously when it's you that's doing it, you're going to keep record of it. Right. But in the past 10 years, our organization has won four total Adidas championships in 10 years.
Wow.
So it's we've been having a lot of success on the national level. So it was it's something to be proud of. But, you never can let stuff like that go to your head, because then you'll stop working.
Yeah, man. Well, y'all got it rolling, and those are some big numbers, considering that you haven't been around forever, man. So, man, keep doing what you're doing. But if I was a kid, and I you hear about kids deciding, do they want to play EYBL, or do they want to play on Adidas, or do they want to play with Under Armour? So, what's your opinion on that? Well, I know what your opinion is, but why would you tell a kid that they should play with Adidas, and specifically why Southern Assault?
Well, if you look at program resume between myself and Jazzy Hartwell, we've had tons of success, and we put our egos to the side to come together. And what a lot of people need to understand is that you can get it done. You can get it done without a shoe circuit. You can get it done. You can get it done on any one of the 3 shoe circuits. It doesn't matter. One, a selling pitch that you always have is that I always have personally to kids is that, sometimes you need to stand out alone. You need to stand out alone. And obviously, Nike have the big names, and stuff like that over there. But would you rather be a big fish in the ocean or a big fish in the lake?
Right, right.
So you got to choose where you want to go. You know, if you want to stand out alone, come with us. You can still achieve the same things.
That's 100%. I've seen guys go from being a star somewhere where they would get pretty much all the attention, and then go somewhere else where they are just a role player, not getting very many minutes, and then their offers go down. So you're exactly right about that. It's got to be about fit and not just go with the name, you know. And so, but with that said, man, you know, we talked a little while ago, and we were talking about records between Adidas and Nike and stuff. But you know, a lot of times I've heard from coaches, and some coaches are like, all I want to do is win. That's all I want to do. And then you hear other coaches that are like, all I really want is the ranked players. I don't even care if we win. I just want to get ranked players and get kids to college. I know you want to do both, but how do you balance that of trying to, or do you see one is more important of either winning or getting more players that are ranked and getting those scholarships? How do you balance that?
Well, I personally feel like we have a program saying that we say in our program is that it's important to win, and winning equals championships, and championships equals scholarships. Our first goal is to get kids into college. So as long as we're winning and handling our business on the court, everybody's goal will be reached as far as playing at the next level. And you know, being on a shoe circuit, you basically playing pool play anyway. So you really don't play a tournament. We basically playing showcase games, but you don't play a tournament to the very last event of the year.
Right.
So you got to understand, each kid has to understand how important each single game is. And once you can get them to understand that, you can be successful. It's just like last year, we didn't have the most talented team on paper. You look at paper, we didn't have the most talented team, but we had the most heart and the most determination. So it went a long way.
Yeah, man. Well, you're not one of the best programs in the country for no reason. You've done a good job of winning and putting guys in the pro. So obviously you've learned how to balance that well. But speaking of, you know, kids and stuff, so we know COVID-19 has impacted summer recruiting. It's already taken away the first live period. Everybody's hoping that, you know, we are able to play this summer. But how do you see the fact that COVID-19 affecting recruiting now that there may be less main events?
Oh, it affects it big time, man. You have so many kids that's right there at that point to get that first offer or something like that, and guys can't see them. You know, people can look at film, but film don't. You know, it ain't the same as in person.
Right.
You need to see the interaction, how they interact with their teammates, and everything like that. That stuff is very important, and it's just like it really hurts us. Yeah, we have 2 or 3 kids that stand out above the rest, but the other kids on our roster, they are deserving also, and they can also gonna play at that next level. But everything is delayed now, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So the most important thing now for kids is to make sure they're with an organization that has the connections to help them to go in. Because if you're not, you're pretty much stuck.
No, you're right about that. Having those connections help. If you're a 4 or 5-star player, you may not even need AAU this summer. But some of those guys who really improved in the offseason, have been working on their game, they need AAU exposure. And like you said, they may need the connections. Like right when I called you, you said there was a college coach calling you right now. So they need someone who can put them on and put them in position and call the coaches and say, hey, you need to come check this kid out. So that's a good point. So I don't know if you can reveal this, but if we do start playing this summer, do you have some kids that, you know, that we may know of that have already committed to play for Southern Assault?
Actually, what we did this year, we added, you know, with the merger, obviously, between Jazzy Hartwell and I, our 16U team that won it last year basically moved up, and then it just basically added Harrison Ingram, which is top 20 in the country in every ranking, and Wade Taylor and a big kid named Chris Morgan. And like I said, we're gonna be really good. I think we have a very, very high chance of repeating if we're able to play.
Well, man, y'all are one of the best year in, year out. So I'm looking forward to seeing all that talent come together. And you're one of the best at finding talent, putting them together, swallowing that ego, and doing what's best for the team. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So what are some of the things that you guys do to help prepare your players that play for your program, to prepare them for the next level, for college and beyond in life, not only skill-wise, but also academically? What do you do to help prepare your players?
Well, we're very big on character, and family character, not just player character, but parents also. And it's because the parents are so structured in the kid's life. So when they come over, we have to teach them small things, like being responsible, communication, structure, consequences, things like that. Because we, like me personally, I believe that, the most dangerous person in the world is a person that don't understand consequences.
True.
So we're gonna have to always hold our kids accountable, for lack of not paying attention to details and things like that. Stuff that's gonna push them into the college level and be successful.
Yeah.
So luckily we have a great group of parents that stays on the kids academically. All our kids have high GPAs, and it's we have loyal kids, and that's not a bragging thing, but if you look back, like I said, I've been handling recruiting as far as graduation classes for over 17 years now. Been in the game 25, but in the 17 years, I have only had 6 kids transfer universities.
Wow.
So all our kids go in knowing they're loyal, and it's because I tell them how it is before they go in. They have to have a huge understanding that it's not college coach's job to get you to the NBA. Yeah. Their job is to win games, not to get you to the NBA. Now, if you are a huge part of that, of the wins, and have an opportunity to go to the NBA, that's great. But there's not their job to do that. Their job is to win.
Man, well, it's good to hear that there's people out there like you that are not just focused on the player averaging 30 points, teaching them about teamwork, teaching them about academics, and preparing them for college and life and beyond, man. So I really appreciate you for that. That's why I'm glad that my man Craig Snow introduced me to you way back at a couple Final Fours ago, man. But so anyway, I know there may be some people watching this. I know people in Texas are very familiar with you, but if there are people around the country that are watching this right now and want to follow Southern Assault this summer and see some of the kids that you're developing and see your quest to repeat right now, how would they be able to follow you? How would they be able to keep up with Southern Assault, either websites or social media handles you got out there?
Yeah, both social media handles is Assault Southern. It's reverse for some reason. I don't know why it came out like that, but it's Assault Southern on Twitter and Instagram, and the website is southernassaulthoops.com.
Okay. Well, man, Von, I appreciate you taking the time and share a little information about your program. Much success to you, brother. Good to call you a friend, man. Now, I know you got to take a couple calls and get back on that phone and start working for these kids, man. So I appreciate you taking the time, brother.
I appreciate you. Thank you,
man. Peace.
Thank you, Von, for coming on and dropping that knowledge and giving us some game right there. Really appreciate you, and really appreciate how much you really invest in these kids. Like LeBron James says, more than an athlete, you treat these kids more than just athletes, and we need people like that. So kudos to you. Great job, brother. Good luck to you this summer and the rest of the way. But you know what? We're not slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. We're not slowing down at all, because tomorrow I'm bringing you the West Side, West Coast Elite. Ryan Silver came on and blessed us on the podcast, gave us some real game as well, representing the Under Armour circuit. I know sometimes Nike and Adidas get a lot of the pub, but Under Armour is a very strong circuit, and West Coast Elite is always one of the best out there. So we're going to take you out there, give you a little bit of the West Side flavor, bring you West Coast Elite, and hopefully give you that basketball fix that we all been needing, because this is all we got right now. So keep joining me. These guys are going to give you the details of what it takes to be great. And what I always say, greatness is in the details, guys. Make sure you come back, subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you next time. All right? Peace.